I'm ready. Sorry. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Kick It on the Side. This is. Can we start over, please?
Nope, we're already streaming, dude.
Damn
You
it.
thought
okay.
recording
Welcome,
was
everybody.
hard.
You're okay. Go ahead.
It's just because we did this like 4 times. All right, just kick on the side. Sorry, this is Ray speaking. Here with Heather, JP, and Tim. How y'all doing today?
For the 5th time, doing great.
Yep.
No, I'm doing
We're
good.
good. All right. Yeah. So we are talking free agency. In particular, we want to talk about the AFC North free agency of 2024. Ravens, Steelers, Browns, and the Bengals. We're gonna kick it off with the Baltimore Ravens. As everyone already know, Ravens signed Derrick Henry to a lucrative contract deal of 2 years.
18 million with an option
18 million
of it possibly being 20 million. I have it right here in front of me, so just bear with me, okay?
Okay.
So
JP
it's
is the numbers guy.
Derrick Henry signed a 2-year deal worth $16 million that has a max value of $20 million and includes a $9 million guarantee. That is via Ian Rappaport. Ian Rappaport.
They also signed Justin Matabuki.
Matabuki? Yeah, well, they re-signed him. They re-signed him to a 4-year, $98 million contract, $75.5 million guaranteed. He initially received a franchise tag, but they came to an agreement.
Still a lot of money.
That franchise tag, he would be the highest paid defensive lineman for 1 year. But yeah.
I mean, is he like...
Is
he really good?
He's one of the best defensive linemen in the league, yes.
Gotcha, okay. All right.
He's the reason why the Ravens' defense was so good up front.
Yeah, you gotta pay him all that he's worth. They also went on and signed Josh Johnson.
Quarterback Johnson. I think he was with the team.
I think he was a quarterback, like a second quarterback.
He was a practice squad guy.
Okay, that's why. Okay, he's practice squad.
They signed Josh Jones I don't know much about him.
Somebody from the...
Brent Urban, he re-signed with the team. Chris Board, he's a good, solid backup linebacker. Malik Harrison,
that is correct.
He re-signed with the team. And Arthur Mollett re-signed with the team on a 2-year deal. A lot of these guys are depth guys. I would say Derrick Henry is the bigger of the signings and probably one of the biggest signings. And it makes Baltimore that much more dangerous. It makes Lamar Jackson that much more dangerous. because of what Derrick Henry brings to the table.
Honestly, I would like to see them in the playoffs. In fact, the Super Bowl next year. I think they got robbed this season, but
They
it
didn't
is
get
what it
robbed.
is.
They didn't get robbed. They didn't play. They didn't show up. I watched that game. It wasn't. They played flat. I honestly
like
think I honestly think that Lamar Jackson came out and tried putting it all on his shoulders when he didn't need to.
Mm. That's well said. I think that was Jalen Hurts the entire season.
We'll get to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, we will.
This is Heather's team, actually. I'm just
Oh
trying
yeah,
to get
that is right. Heather is a Ravens fan. We have a Ravens fans in the house. Cricket signs because nobody's a Ravens fan. Moving on to the.
So, I mean, they didn't really. The one big signing that they did was Derrick Henry at free agency. Now, let's keep in mind that when this show premieres, when we reveal it, it'll probably be after the draft. So, you won't see Baltimore go out and just. So, they aren't going to go out and get a running back in the draft.
No.
They might, even though they signed Nelson Aguilar, re-signed him. They re-signed him. I honestly think that they are probably going to go with a safety. They need a safety help. We'll see. I don't know because they lost their starting safety, didn't they? I know they have Kyle Hamilton, but I don't know if the guy that started as the other safety is there or not. I think he's not
I don't
there.
think so either.
I think he signed with Cincinnati Bengals. So if you look at what Baltimore did, they really didn't need to add much because they have depth where they have depth.
If they lose a player, that they have somebody right behind them, basically.
They have depth. They are going to be the favorites in the AFC North. Especially with Derrick Henry, who is considered the best running back in the NFL right now.
Yeah. But you think age is going to catch up to him now?
It's only a 2-year deal, though. And if you look at who they have in that backfield, they can...
Easy switch out.
Yeah, there's depth there.
Understandable.
I'm packing up my lunchbox by myself.
Go ahead.
Moving on to...
Yeah.
Well, does
Steelers.
do you have anything to add?
Oh, sorry.
Just a reminder that Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson were in the college football team together.
No, they weren't.
There's video proof of it.
They didn't play together in college.
Okay.
They did not. They might have played in a college all-star game, but they did not go to college together. Derrick Henry went to Alabama. Lamar Jackson was in Louisville.
Dad,
They might have played high school together, but that's about as... What?
look at.
I see you. So that's... We'll see. We'll see.
All right. It should be a good year for the Ravens.
They're going to be the favorites to win the AFC North. Tell you that right now. Anybody that picks anybody other than Baltimore is smoking dope.
Well, then you got some fans that might pick the Steelers because of the quarterback signing of Russell Wilson.
Come on. All right, we'll get to the Pittsburgh Steelers when the time comes.
No, that is the
I want to
time.
know what
That
kind
was
of
the
fucking.
segue.
I want to know what kind of fucking shit show they got going on over there.
That was the segue. You ruined the whole segue.
That doesn't surprise us either.
Well, so you want us to move on to Pittsburgh then?
That is correct.
Okay. So they signed Kyle Allen to a 1-year deal. They traded for Justin Fields. in
That's correct. That's
in
the number.
exchange for a 2025 conditional day 3 pick. The Bears are fucking stupid. We'll get to the Bears. We'll get to the Bears when we get to the Bears. And then they sign Russell Wilson to a 1-year deal. And everybody's like, oh, they're just going to put Russell Wilson in front of their Justin Fields is going to work. Justin Fields does not need to learn how to play quarterback. He already knows how to do it. He just didn't have the fucking weapons around him to succeed.
And his coaching.
Anybody that thinks otherwise is a complete fucking moron. Caleb Williams will not be any more than Johnny Manziel, just different colored skin. And if you think that's racist, go fuck yourself, because it's not, because it's the truth. Caleb Williams is a prima donna piece of shit. From everything that I've heard. He doesn't do anything that Justin Fields doesn't already do. Show me something on a fucking goddamn film that says that Justin Fields can't do what Caleb Williams can do. He did it at Ohio State, and he did it better than what Caleb Williams did in college. Anybody that thinks Caleb Williams is the next big thing is a fucking idiot. He may be a decent quarterback.
A lot of people think C.J. Stroud's the next big thing.
Everybody thought Ryan Leaf was the next big thing. Look where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking became a drug addict, fucking knowing he couldn't fucking play the goddamn... He admits it. He got too big of a fucking head. Ryan Leaf was never going to amount to shit. I said it. He came out the same year as Peyton Manning. Anybody that didn't take Peyton Manning number 1 is a fucking idiot.
But speaking of prima donna, they also signed Quez Watkins.
Well, he's not a prima donna. How's he a prima donna?
I don't know.
I mean, every fucking wide receiver in the NFL is a prima donna.
Especially the top end ones.
Quez Watkins, Mr. I can't catch a ball, hold on to a ball. I'm not letting that go. I'm glad he's not an Eagle.
Well, there's a lot of problems in Philadelphia. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's true.
They fans.
A lot more than what Quez Watkins was.
They also signed another quarterback.
They signed 3 quarterbacks. They have 4 quarterbacks.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with Steelers. Like, do they not trust the quarterback?
They drafted Kenny Pickett not last year, but the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then they went out and signed Kyle Allen as a backup. And then they're like, hey, let's trade for Justin Fields. Okay. Hey, let's sign fucking Russell Williams. What the fuck are you doing? What are you going to fucking have? A 3-headed quarterback? You going to fucking bring... what are you doing?
Right.
Quarterback by committee.
Quarterback by committee? This isn't quarterback by committee. This is Ghidorah. The fucking four-headed... what is the four-headed monster? What's the name of it? Hydra.
Hydra, yeah.
7-headed.
They also
Makes
got
no sense. Makes no sense.
No, that I do agree.
They have a safety, Deshaun Elliott.
That's who they
Who used to be with the Dolphins.
Oh, played for the Ravens.
Who used to play for the Ravens. Sorry. I mean, what's the risk of having him on the team? I don't think there's any risk.
Well, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good.
Yep.
Van Jefferson. Don't know a Van Jefferson.
They did sign Patrick Queen.
Who's Patrick?
He was an inside linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens.
How's
You see a trend here.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Pittsburgh is trying to recreate Baltimore.
Poor man's Baltimore.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
I like Patrick Queen. I think he has the ability to be one of the better linebackers in the league, but he finds himself out of position more than he finds himself in it.
Honestly, with Pittsburgh overall as a team, I lost faith in Pittsburgh during Ben's Roethlisberger last run.
So I will tell you this right now: Pittsburgh will probably finish in second place in the division.
I mean,
Challenge for wild card?
They'll probably go 10-7.
Yeah, they'll be in wild card position probably.
and you know what's crazy? It's not. I don't know. It's not the player. It's just the management. It's just
Pittsburgh is usually. I don't know what they're doing at the quarterback position. I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't think they have. I think they're trying to figure out who they want as a quarterback. Why would you waste a first round pick on a guy and then go out and get 3 quarterbacks? It makes no sense to me. They went out and got Van Jefferson, Cordero Patterson, who can play running back, a little bit of running back.
And
He played running back in Atlanta. He was drafted in the first round as a wide receiver, but he couldn't catch. So they moved him to running back because he was really good at kick returns.
yeah, and with the kick returns now back in play because of some of the new rules.
So I don't even know what the new rule is. And we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Buffalo Browns. I mean,
Cleveland Browns?
Cleveland Brown, not Family Guy. They went and signed Mr. Jimenez Winston
Jameis.
for 1 year.
James.
Sorry, I'm Hispanic. Sorry.
Yeah.
I met Jameis. See, I almost said it again.
Jameis
Quarterback.
Winston.
Jameson?
Jameis Winston. Now you're making me do it.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. He's the first number 1 pick overall in the draft.
He used to be on the Saints.
Yeah.
He was drafted
Okay.
by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep. And then they got Tom Brady and kicked him to the curb.
Which was a
And
mistake.
Tom Brady. Zadarius
Yep.
Smith, defensive end, agreed for a 2-year deal to return to the Browns. If you had your way out of the Browns, why would you sign with the Browns?
Because the Browns have a really good defense.
But
But what?
Daddy,
hasn't gotten them anywhere.
Mom, I found my unicorn.
Okay.
Yeah, go play.
Wait, is this mine or Trey's?
That's yours. Go play.
They have a good defense.
Who got me it?
I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, they have.
I mean, I guess it makes sense for a defensive player, but
so Cleveland has a Super Bowl contending defense.
Yes, they do. It's their offense.
You're missing one key piece that they have added, and that is Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, they have added.
Another former Raven.
No, he isn't. He was drafted by the Broncos.
Yeah, he was drafted by the Broncos.
He was traded.
I don't want to
to
say. I don't want to say he's an elite wide receiver, but he's a very good wide receiver.
So he can be he was with Alabama when Tua Tagovailoa was the quarterback for Alabama.
Yes.
There was Jerry Jeudy, the kid that played for the Raiders but ended up killing somebody in a car accident.
Yeah.
And then there was one more receiver, Dante Smith.
Yep.
One was the best route runner they had ever seen. One was the fastest wide receiver on the team. And one was a combination of all three. And I think Jerry Jeudy was the guy that was a combination of all three.
Yeah, he was the combo guy.
Jerry Jeudy, if he gets out of his own fucking head, he's that guy. But he gets inside of his head and he thinks he's good by just being from Alabama. So that's he's got this mentality that just because of where he came from, he's that good.
right.
He's that good,
But he needs to.
But he needs to get out of his own head thinking that he is that good and just be a player. Just be that guy.
Right.
Amari Cooper is the same thing. He's on that team. Amari
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yeah, that's right.
Amari Cooper. I'm telling you, Cleveland's good. Cleveland is they're finishing in second. They're
And
going
that's
to be
still
right there with Baltimore. It's going to be them and Baltimore.
They also got Ronnie McLeod, who used to be an Eagle.
Rodney McLeod.
McLeod? Where you see the McLeod at? Oh, I say McLeod. I don't know why I say McLeod. I always say McLeod. McLeod. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe his time is up.
Who?
Ronnie
Rodney
McLeod,
McLeod?
the safety.
No. He just signed a new deal with a new team. That's all he did.
Yeah, but
But
I
he
don't know.
re-signed with the Browns. They didn't sign him from another team.
They resigned. But I don't know if you should invest in someone who's over 30.
Why not?
He's only a safety.
Yeah.
I would.
Safety's barely.
It's called leadership. There's a reason why they re-signed the guy.
So, okay. You would invest in a over 30-year-old player?
Sure.
Do you not
I
remember
wouldn't-
how
I wouldn't-
invested he
so-
was in Aaron Rodgers?
So here,
Yeah.
here's I would re-sign Aaron Rodgers.
But I mean, I guess it's an individual thing. So I guess it depends on the player
So
and how
I'm
they.
not gonna sign this guy to a fucking Patrick Mahomes type deal.
God, no.
No.
Right.
But I'll give him 2-3 years
Mhm.
at probably $7 million a year. Why not? I'd do it. Guy with leadership can still go, can still play the game. I mean, you look at Ed Reed, man. Everybody said he was over the hill. Fucking Ravens just kept re-signing that guy, and he just kept getting better and
Demolished
better
everybody.
and better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
Yes,
safety, so he is that guy. He doesn't have to run a 4.240 in order to fucking keep. He's already deeper than the deepest guy,
Right.
depending on where they have him playing and what safety position he plays. Usually, your strong safeties are playing up on the line of scrimmage, and they're your best. They're just another linebacker. They're there to stop the run. You see a lot of defenses going to that type of defense, where safeties essentially become linebackers. Excuse me. Your best safeties, your best defenses have one of each: a guy that can do run support and one that's a ball hawk.
Yep.
So like an Ed Reed and a Rod Woodson type.
Mm-hmm.
Or an Ed Reed and a Troy Polamalu. Troy Polamalu.
He was my favorite Steeler back in the day.
No, that
Him
there.
and Ed Reed are. If they were on the same team, I think Baltimore probably, or whichever team they were on. I don't think anybody's doing anything. They're better than the '85 Bears because of that fucking them two guys alone. They had Ray Lewis on that team. Oh, get the fuck out of here, man. And then you got Terrell Suggs and fucking...
Randy Moss?
Come on, man. No, Randy Moss is never on that team. But you have Terrell Suggs, and that defense was so fucking good that you couldn't fucking run on it. You couldn't throw against it. Even the linebackers were fast on that team. Ray Lewis is probably the slowest player on that team,
I can
but he
agree
was
with that.
still faster than most people.
Yeah.
It all depends on that's the way teams are going now. Is safeties are not playing the pass anymore. You have one play the pass, you see a lot of single high safety.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have to show you what I mean by that, but that usually means you got a safety high in the middle of the field and you have one up playing the run. That's how it works.
I actually saw that play in Madden.
Well, it's all they do.
Yeah.
A lot of single high safety. Trying to disguise coverages is what it is. It's what they do in the NFL. They have to disguise coverages because quarterbacks are so fucking smart now that they see things, and as soon as a play happens, that's why you don't see, whenever you see the hard counts, you see that safety jump. That quarterback's calling an audible because he knows what's coming right away.
Right.
Mhm.
The defense has got to figure out, hey, we got to change the way we do this because we're getting beat because quarterbacks are so fucking good.
So the defense.
Back
So-
when I was watching football as a kid, 58 to 60% was a really good quarterback.
Now you got like 80.
Now you're throwing guys, you see guys throwing 70, 75% completion percentage. Because they're outsmarting the fucking defenses. Defenses can't keep up with what the offenses are doing. Because quarterbacks are so fucking smart. Even the average quarterback is doing this.
Yeah.
Which is why the quarterback position is the highest paid position in football.
I was going to ask you, can a defense call an audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do all the time.
They don't, but they should. Ravens do it. I've seen them do it. They'll goat a quarterback into changing a play, and then they'll change their fucking play, and that's why Baltimore is so successful. It's why Pittsburgh and Cleveland are successful at defense too, is because those three defenses in the AFC, they do it very well. They goat teams into changing a play, and then they just change the play to what they're doing. So this is why you've seen a lot of teams go after those coaches in those organizations, because they know what they're fucking doing. They know what quarterbacks are thinking. And it's okay.
Yeah, friendly competition.
There's
Did
nothing
we-
wrong
There's
with doing
nothing
it.
in it. Nothing against the rules.
If the offense can change plays, why can't the defense?
Right.
So,
Did we mention Tyler Huntley yet?
Tyler Huntley, they just signed him as a free agent backup. He's not going to. Jameis Winston's going to be the backup, and Deshaun Watson. They got Jameis Winston because I don't know if Deshaun Watson's
He's going to be allowed to play.
No, he'll be allowed to play. I just don't know if he's going to live up to what his deal is.
No. Barely
You
lived
think
up
he's
to it on the
better than-
Texans.
Well, he
Probably
was
might be
well
better
on
than
his
normal.
way, but then all the stupid shit, which turned out to be a non-issue. But anyway.
Anything else with the Browns? Anybody, Tim? You got any?
No, I got nothing really.
I mean, it's going to be Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh. But all four teams may make playoffs.
Very possible.
That might be the best division in football.
I think last year only the Steelers didn't make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year was the Browns, Bengals, and Ravens in the playoffs. So
Damn, that was a good division.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. AFC North is no joke.
I think Pittsburgh finished over 500. I think they
They
finished
did.
9-8.
Yeah, they did. They finished just over 500.
they were just 2 games short.
one game. 'Cause
Yeah, one game short.
I think Cincinnati got in as 6 seed
Yes.
at 10-7. And speaking of Cincinnati, that's the last team in the AFC South.
Correct?
Huh?
Yes, you are correct. They went up and
No
re-signed.
quarterback, so they're gonna go.
Well, they got their quarterback. They
Yeah,
got
but-
Joe
Yeah.
Burrow.
Yeah, they need a backup for him though, so they'll probably draft that.
They have backup. They have a kid that backed him up last year. He
Yeah.
been pretty okay. Won a couple of games for him.
Okay, Joe Burrow's on. I don't know why I thought we was about to talk about Texans. I am tired, guys. Being with you.
Yeah, I hear you.
They went to re-sign Sheldon Rankins, defensive tackle,
They got
for a
him.
2-year deal that's worth $26 million.
Mhm.
Mike
Mike
Gesicki?
Gesicki.
Gesicki.
He's a pretty good tight end.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
he,
what I would have went with. I would have said Kaziki.
They got him for a discount because I think he's better than the $3.25 million he's getting.
Oh shit. Well, he's gonna have to call up. Well, he already signed, so too late. Running back Zach Moss. Is he related to Randy Moss?
No.
He's
No.
white, isn't he?
He's a pretty good running back.
Omar-
He was in Buffalo for a couple of years.
He was in Buffalo, and in my notes it says that he's also a former Colt.
They did re-sign T. Higgins.
Geno Stone.
Well, he received a non-exclusive franchise tag, so he'll be paid
Yeah.
$21.8 million for the 2024 season. Tanner Hudson, and Drew Sample. Drew Sample's probably gonna end up being. They run a 2 tight end system, so 2 tight ends that they have.
I was gonna say I heard a lot of Samples named every time they played. So
Trent Brown signed a 1-year deal with Cincinnati. Cody Ford re-signed to a 1-year deal. Akeem Davis-Gaither, he's pretty good. Von Bell, he's pretty good. Geno Stone, he was pretty good backup fill-in safety for Baltimore.
Ravens. Geno Stone did a lot for the Ravens. I'm
He's
surprised
pretty
he
good.
didn't.
He's pretty good. He's an older. I think he's in his 30s.
Yep.
He's an older safety. He's pretty good. I don't think they've done enough Cincinnati to get better.
No.
They're
They
probably
just
going to
kept-
be as good as they were last year. But I do think that they're going to be competitive. But I really, truly, honestly believe that Jamar Chase, although good, I do think he is overrated. He does nothing that I have not seen any other receiver do. When you have... I want to see what he can do when he is the only guy. Because Cincinnati had T. Higgins, and then they had Boyd, and then they had Jamar Chase. Pick your poison. Who you covering?
Right.
yeah.
Who you doubling? In the NFL, if you get a receiver one-on-one, you better have a shutdown cornerback like Deion Sanders in the NFL, or else you're just going to get beat all the time.
Wait, is Jamar Chase still on the Bengals? Because I don't think they signed or extended his contract yet.
Well, let me look. Let me look. I think he's on his 5th year option because he was. Oops. Sorry, I'm getting over a sinus infection, just like Heather is. So I'm kind of like still fighting it a little bit.
Yeah, my girlfriend's going through
Yeah,
it.
he's still with the Bengals.
So
I think the Bengals are just going to utilize the draft because, like you said, they didn't really do anything.
He is in the 4th year of his 4-year deal, which could be extended into the 5th year option that only first round picks get. They get 5th year options. So there's that. Right now, I don't know what they have as far as salary cap, which is probably why they have not re-signed him. So they'll probably offer him the 5th year option. I'm sure he's like, well, I deserve to be the fucking man because of what I have done, because I am the man. You know, players like that can go fucking piss off. You're in your first fucking deal. Just be a guy. Don't be a dick. All right, let me see. I'm looking here. So the league average for salary cap right now is 18 $18,367,569 of cap space. That's the league average. Where does Cincinnati sit? Cincinnati sits at a $24,552,332 cap space. They have that much cap space. If they were to give a deal to Jamar Chase, they would then be under salary. They would be over the salary cap.
Mm.
And then who are they gonna have for drafting? Who are they gonna?
Draft.
They can't. So there's that. The team with the most cap space is New England Patriots.
Yeah,
'Cause,
they haven't done shit.
well, what do you want them to do?
I know.
I know. Want them to get better.
So there's that. But I think they'll end up re-signing him, but they're waiting. Once they offer him the 5th year, they usually end up signing that guy like in the right before the season starts.
So overall, with the AFC North, the two big signings were
Well, the biggest signing is Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, and then you had the guy from the fucking Bears, Justin Fields.
Well, that was a trade. That really wasn't a signing. It was a trade. But I wouldn't even call that big. I'd call it stupid.
I mean,
I wouldn't call
Steelers.
it stupid for the Steelers because
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not stupid. Yeah.
I think it was stupid that the Bears did it just so that they could go out and get Caleb Williams, which makes no fucking sense to me because Justin Fields is Caleb Williams in a bigger body. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand. This is why the Bears suck every fucking year. And they continue to suck. And they're going to suck for another 5 fucking years. Because what pieces are they going to put around them? Yes, they went out and got a couple of people. But now they're expecting a rookie to throw to them? Come on, man. We'll get to the NFC North when we get to the NFC North. I think the Packers had the biggest free agency in the NFC North. Right now, I don't know if Detroit is going to win the NFC North. Green Bay just put their name in the hat with what they did in free agency.
Green Bay did their thing last season.
So Green Bay did better than what I thought they would do. I told everybody at the beginning of the year last year that they may win 5 games. They ended up winning 9. That just tells me that Matt LaFleur is the answer in Green Bay. Now, if they can put the pieces around on defense, and they're changing their defense. They're probably going to a 4-2-5, which is what they needed to do. We'll see. We'll get to the NFC North when we get to the NFC North. But the AFC North is going to be let's get back to the AFC North. I think the AFC North is going to be a very tight division. The Baltimore Ravens right now, to start the season, are the favorites, in my eyes, to win the AFC North with the pieces that they added and the pieces that they have coming back.
Right.
Do they? What is the Baltimore Ravens will probably go out and get another inside linebacker.
More than likely, yes.
That's what they'll do in the draft.
Again,
With that said,
this
I'm
will
going to
be
step out
aired.
because I have an issue that I need to resolve. And so if you're ending it, I'm going to let you guys finish up. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe and be well.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, JP.
Oh, he ain't going to bed. He's just going to go shit his pants.
I'm going to because I'm about to.
Tim, you have anything to say about
Nah, I
the
really
AFC
got
North?
nothing right now on this topic, at least.
I mean, AFC North, sorry. He got me saying NFC North.
The AFC North is a pretty... excuse me, is a pretty tough
I agree.
division to try and beat.
They are burp.
So.
They are burp. I agree. They are burp. I mean, it should be interesting. It should be more competitive than it was last season. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to, the draft, honestly, to see what's up, see how, they complete the puzzle, the pieces to the puzzle. Everybody,
Yeah.
in fact, I think a lot of teams this past season actually stepped up. Maybe not a lot, but they stepped up enough to be like, oh, okay, there's some fight in you. I.e., the Dolphins. Said it.
Mm,
Said it.
mm.
There's some fight
I'm
in
gonna
them.
disagree with you a bit on there.
There's some
'Cause
fight in them.
the Dolphins, they showed up against teams that are shit. And then they got it handed right back to them when they caught up against teams like the Ravens.
I mean, come on. The Ravens was a problem.
Ravens are always a problem. That's why they're
Yeah.
my favorite.
They're a problem. They got that attitude. They got that little stink in them. But that's good, man.
They need it. They need to get back to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
They've won. They've been in 2 and they've won 1. So
Don't worry, I'm actually pulling for them. When my team's not producing, and the Ravens is happen to be there, I'm pulling for Ravens.
yeah.
But I am good.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to thank Heather, JP, Wendy. We saw Wendy earlier, and I want to thank him for actually taking the time out and do this thing with me. Yeah.
All right. See
I don't know
y'all
how to end
later.
this, though. I don't know how to
Bye.